So we'll watch, and then just, 5 minutes later, the warning dropped. So not exactly how we were expecting things to come out today, but not surprised at all, my friends. As quickly as these cells are moving, you guys can hear and feel the winds outside. This is going to come on really strong and really fast. So this is what we have. Let's back out a little bit. The counties outlined in the pink. In the light pink there are under a severe thunderstorm watch. That's no surprise. And then right behind it, because of this line of cells that's moving to the northeast right now, severe thunderstorm warning. So let's take a look. The severe thunderstorm warning covers Paola, Osawatomie, Lacine, Pleasanton, Centerville, Blue Mound, Mound City. It's going to come over here and cover us in Adrian Butler and points to the northeast as well. But this is the little cluster of cells that I'm watching right now. Let's put this in motion and we can see where this is going. So this is headed northeast, approaching 69 Highway, and I think it gets there in about another 10 to 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and look at some times. This would be south of Osawatomie at about 2:52. This would be just west of Paola, looking like about 3:12. It's 2:31, so that seems a little bit slow to me. But this is the area. This is the area now. Also, just dropping out to the west of that, a special weather statement says hazard for strong wind gusts of 50 to 55 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. So we're watching all this on radar, which is kind of hard because these radar sweeps are not every second. They're several minutes apart. And so what we see, we're going to be a little bit behind the action as it happens. But once again, if you're just joining me, the area in the orange here, let me go ahead and circle that. These counties here in the orange are now under a warning, and we'll go ahead and take a look at this warning now that we can see it. Severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to go until 3 p.m. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line near Edgerton, near Pleasanton. I just showed you that. The hazard is up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I was just checking those right before that watch dropped, and that's exactly what they're doing in penny-sized hail. I haven't seen any hail yet, but jump on here, guys, and let me know what you're seeing where you are, because like I say, this is going to come through so fast, it almost doesn't do much good for me to back things up on radar and see if there's things like hail. Severe thunderstorm warning is what we're looking at right now for these areas. If you're just joining me, these are the counties. And so this includes, once again, Paola, Osawatomie. This includes Belton, Garden City, Harrisonville, Archie, Adrian, Butler, Appleton City, just over here on the edge of this area. So let's buck out and put this in motion. You can see where this is going. I do see lightning now. Lightning along the leading edge. This is probably going to lag back behind it too. And this would be over along let's get kind of street level with this here. This is west of Paola. So I'm looking at Stanton. I'm looking at 68 Highway. I'm looking come up to 271st Street here and Waverly Road. This is just due west of Hillsdale Lake is where the strongest cell looks to be converging right now. And let's go a little bit further down here to the south. This is south of Stanton. I'm down here by Lane now, and it looks like this is crossing 169 Highway, heavier portion just out here west of Lane, looking like Douglas Road, Virginia Road, wrapping around Virginia Road. All of this would be just to the north and the west of 169 Highway. So Osawatomie, you're not quite in it yet. Going down a little bit further here, like this is just past over Greeley. And like I say, headed northeast. So the damaging aspects are definitely the winds. We're looking for anywhere from 50 to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I'm seeing lots of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The good news with this little batch, though, is as soon as it's done, it is done. It's moving more northeast than we thought. Actually, it's moving more north than we thought. We thought this would sweep over, but the winds are picking this up, moving this a little bit more north than east. So I don't see anything crossing state line yet, just barely. Let's go down here around Fort Scott, which is not in the warning. These just a little bit less severe. We'll see what pops out for you guys down here. But I'm seeing this is just about to Fort Scott, a little bit west of Fort Scott, not quite to state line yet. So little rural areas like Sotesbury, this is just out to your west right now. Hume looks like this is coming for you in the next 5 to 10 minutes for sure. Pleasanton, I bet it's windy, and I bet you're getting just a little bit of rain right now. Probably don't need me to tell you that. So that is the system that's working through. This is gonna come through strong, and like I say, once we get over 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, which I am seeing, let's take a look at velocity. Like I say, radar is a terrible, terrible way to measure wind speeds because we really need to be due north and south, and we almost are. So these are not going to be exact, but I am seeing some radar indicated measurements of 55 to 62, 63, 64 mile per hour wind gusts right in this cluster of cells that looks right now to be just west of Fort Scott, headed northeast again. So, like I say, this is just ever so slightly to the west of Fort Scott. Looks like out on South Horton Street. You can probably see this very clearly just to your due west. Hopefully, it misses you as it just continues a little bit more north of a track. But all of these cells now, they're not in a line, they're not QLCS, anything like that yet. But we do have a good cluster here covering areas like Petersburg, Hyattville, Pawnee Station, Godfrey, Edward, down here to the south and to the west of Fort Scott. Let's go up here and look at this little cell. This is, I'm seeing right centered on 65 highway right now. This would be to the east of Xenia, headed towards Mapleton. Let's see if I'm picking up any hail in this one. Like I say, this is gonna go so fast. Okay, I'm not seeing hail yet, but that is definitely indicated as a possibility. So in this little cluster here, yeah, this is just about to Mapleton. This is going to come just to the west of Prescott. Looks like between Blue Mound and Prescott this afternoon, headed toward Pleasanton, looks like to me. So again, getting some lightning out on all sides of this. These little cells are going to pop through strong. So let's look up here for just a second. I am just south of Lewisburg, down 69 Highway. So Somerset is the area that I'm looking at. Lewisburg. This is knocking on your door for a very strong little cell. And then as I get up here closer to Spring Hill, I'm going to zoom in on Antioch. So this is going to be just west. It looks like Antioch is going to pick up a good cell here in just a moment. This is centered right now over West 231st Street. I'm over on the Kansas side here, guys. So pop a comment, take a picture if you want to, if you can, if you're somewhere safe. Definitely be seeking shelter in these areas. These are going to be done when they're done, and they're going to be done in a pretty short period of time, but they're going to be really strong when they come through. Seeing plenty of lightning now centered around 68 Highway, State 68. Just to the west again of Waverly Road, west of Paola. Another strong little cell. This is a congealed cluster of cells just to the west of O'Brien, south of Stanton. This would be south of 327th Street. So drop me a comment, especially if you are Osawatomie and south and west. Let me know what's going on over there. Like I say, radar is only going to be so good today for seeing what we see. So this is what we have right now. If you're just joining me again, severe thunderstorm warning, Miami, Lynn, Cass, and Bates. This is going to go until 3 p.m. I'm showing 2:39. So we got 20 minutes of loud activity to get through here. Hazard for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I just looked around for a second. I haven't seen anything 70 yet, but plenty of 50s and 60s. So this is absolutely in the area where we're talking about tree damage and roofs and mobile homes, stuff like that. So locations are Amaret, Baldwin Park, Pleasanton. You can read all these here. We're all in this until 3 o'clock. So again, like I say, this line, this is just, I don't know if I'd call this early. It's right on time. This just kicked up in the last 30 minutes or so if you are joining me here. And so this line goes all the way down. Let's look at this. Let's go out and do a regional radar here. So yeah, look at this. This goes all the way down to Miami, Oklahoma, where they have had several statements out for the last hour or so, and this is trending off to the north and the east, picking up our area. So we got a watch and a warning, just like in record time here. A couple minutes ago, and this heating that built in, you can see I'm looking at Fort Scott right now, which is a busy place. It's got up to 75 degrees, and so that's gonna add some instability and some energy. And so it's just not going to take much for these to kick up really, really fast. I think that's why I'm staying live, and we'll see if anything dusts up. So this is just now touching southwestern Bates County. So I am looking right down here between Prescott and Hume. So it's looking like the heavier activity is going out 230, 239 or East 300th Road. Not my area, sorry. And this is just going to be to the south and to the west of Hume. This is just now making State Line Road as it comes into southwestern Bates County. So let's go down a little bit further and see. If I go down Y and then D, looking to see if we have anything picking up towards Nevada for you guys yet here. So Nevada, I think this is all still very far west of you and might miss you. I think this is going to possibly wind up you guys coming into Bates County a little bit here. So a well-advised, well-timed warning. Let's go up and look. I don't see anything affecting Harrisonville right now, but over here toward Lewisburg, just to the south of you, is one particularly strong cell. I don't think it's strong enough to give us any hail yet, but your wind speeds are definitely going to be gusting up around 50 miles an hour, as I think this is going to come right over Lewisburg or possibly just a little bit to the east, looking out toward 68 highway here. So I'm seeing a little bit more activity than I was hoping for. It looks like the heavier would be over here on the Kansas side. I'm picking up Stanton, and I'm looking at 68 highway. This is out well west of Hillsdale and Lewisburg. So if I get a little bit street level on that, there's 68. And as it heads northeast, I think this is in the path for Hillsdale Lake area. And this is going to sweep, it looks like, just south of Antioch between 68 and Antioch, out west of Hillsdale presently. Over toward Lewisburg, just a little bit weaker cell, just off to your south. And that's headed up toward West Line in Cleveland right now, impacting 69 highway south. So let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods. I know it's hard to estimate wind speeds, but if you see things blowing away, that's a really good indication that you're up around those 50-mile-per-hour winds. I like seeing your comments when things are moving this quickly. That helps me say just exactly what's going on where, because, like I said, it's going to be pretty hard to catch stuff on radar here. That's for sure. So I appreciate everybody being with me. If you're just jumping on, because it's going to be like that this afternoon. I think it's hard to tell with the winds cropping up like this, just what's going on where. But I'm looking at these counties that are in orange. Let me go ahead and show you those. This would be Belton. This is just going to be east of Ottawa. This is Miami and Lynn. This is Butler and Harrisonville. The counties outlined in orange are under this. It is a severe thunderstorm warning until 3. It's already 2:44. So we're getting through this, my friends. We are getting through it. But I see a little bit heavier activity over on the Kansas side right now than I have seen on the Missouri. So definitely we're going to stick with 40-mile-an-hour winds over here while Kansas picks up the brunt. Let's go down and check on southwestern Bates County one more time. So I see lightning in Hume. Is it lightning down there, guys? I bet it is. So let's look up and down. I'm coming into Hume here. Let's get rid of that. So this is almost to out north of town where it curves and heads over toward Rich Hill. I think you are just starting to see some impact there. You people in Hume probably don't need me to tell you what's going on right now. So this is headed, I think this is going to pick up Rucker and Foster. Foster, I think this is definitely coming to you in the next 5 to 10 minutes. and as it heads north and east, we'll have to see if the winds pick it back up and steer it north like we saw just a minute ago. So far, north and east is the direction of the day. Over on the Kansas side, Mound City, Pleasanton. You're busy in Mound City as this is just picking up 52 highway, and it looks like it's going to clip Pleasanton just one more time, where you just had one fairly strong cell come through, I do believe. I'm just getting some messages back here, guys, and I appreciate your pictures and your comments. So I'm going to look around Fort Scott here for a second. This is not warned down there, but this is looking like we're now picking up Richards headed toward Reinhardt and Stotesbury, sorry. This is all west of 49. That's what's going on down in your neck of the woods. West of Fort Scott, you guys in Uniontown, Redfield, Marmaton, you're about done. I promise. When this drops off, you will know it. Areas like Mapleton, Xenia, Harding, and Devon still involved. And Prescott, Hume, as we get over here to State Line, this is definitely getting ready to involve you. Can't tell what Rich Hill is going to pick up yet, as this looks to come just to your west. And so one cell definitely now over Hume. And we'll come up here, and it looks like we're picking up Worland now as I travel up V Highway, starting to get some more activity toward Amoret, headed toward Virginia, 52 Highway, out towards Trading Post. Hello to you folks. So all of us under this severe thunderstorm warning right now until 3. I bet this kicks out until 3:30 or so. We'll have to watch and see, but I bet that's what your next post is going to be, as all this looks to most likely. Let's look and see where we are headed now. Like I say, radar sweeps being a few minutes apart, we're going to be behind the 8 ball a little bit today, but looks like I have a northeast track going on here. So I'd say that central Bates County, southern Cass County, central Cass County for sure. If these cells hang together, which there's plenty of atmospheric instability, plenty of heating today to keep these going. So let's go up here to the top. So if I'm up here looking at Cleveland, I see a cell directly to your west. Again, it's headed northeast at about 50 miles an hour. This would be headed toward areas like Jadon, Riverview Estates, and we're getting ever closer to 49 to the west of Belton Raymore. So definitely heads up to Belton Raymore. This is now passing 69 highway due to your west, with a stronger cell down here to the west of Cleveland. Let's take a look at that. So impact right now, right over 69 highway. Look at that, just a little bit south of 247th Street. Headed up here towards Metcalf and Knoll. So that is a fairly strong cell that looks almost due west of Cleveland right now. I keep going back and checking for hail. If it happens, it's going to be fast, and it'll be about pea-sized hail. And I'm just not seeing anything right now on the radar data available to me, which is just going to be slices that says we've had that. But I wouldn't be surprised at all for some pea-sized hail in those two stronger cells that I was just showing you a second ago. That's for sure. Okay, so this is now a severe thunderstorm warning that's picking up the South counties. That's what I was just wondering about. What would the difference be? So apparently not there's not much. Severe thunderstorm warning now. This one covers Bourbon County, Cherokee County, Crawford County, Barton, Northern Newton, Vernon, and Jasper until 3:45 for the same things I've been talking about, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And yeah, like I said, that penny-sized hail, definitely not out of the question today. So areas included in this, Fort Scott and Nevada, obviously picking up this last warning, but this one goes all the way down south. This is south of Joplin. This area picks up. So Columbus, Joplin, Carthage, you are now severe thunderstorm warned until 3:45. Let's go back up here and look at some of these winds that are just about to impact some of our areas. Again, radar measurement of wind. We got to take it with a grain of salt, but it'll give us an idea. So definitely seeing 50 and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts associated with this strong cluster of cells that is just to the west, but definitely encompassing Fort Scott. Headed to north and east, looks like it drops off pretty good by the time it gets over towards you folks in Nevada. A little bit less so. So Hume, Foster, you guys are in the 50s. You've probably had stronger gusts than that. Hard to say. So this, like I say, this just gives us an idea for what our wind probabilities are. But definitely that continues to be our primary threat. So let's go over our warnings one more time, just in case you're hopping on. Feel free to come and go. It won't hurt my feelings. So all these counties up here in orange, let me get rid of that. These would be Paola, Osawatomie. This includes Belton, Harrisonville, Garden City, Archie, Creighton, just barely. Adrian, Butler, Rich Hill, Appleton, Pleasanton, Lacine, Centerville, Blue Mound. You guys are severe thunderstorm warned until 3. Don't think this has been kicked out yet. For all the things we've been talking about, wind being our primary threat, now seeing some lightning right here on the county line. Looks like between Hume and Stotesbury for sure. We get a little further down to our south. It's basically the same thing. You guys have been kicked out for a severe thunderstorm warning until 3:45, which I bet is what happens to those of us up north. Area, by the way, I haven't mentioned that in a few minutes. Watch area is all these counties over here still outlined in pink. So this is a pretty narrow swath that came out of northern Oklahoma and just continues to just cut right up. It's actually just one band of this massive, massive low pressure system. I can't tell you how fascinating it is, not in a good way. Eventually, though, it does kind of dry slot. It centers right over our area, and I think this will really intensify, like we've been talking about. Central Missouri, Northeast Missouri, and points even further northeast are going to have so much more to deal with than what we're dealing with right now. So right now, I think we're just looking at very, very strong winds. Probably looking at tree damage. I hope not power outages. Let me go and put up that map in a second here. Once I get past some of these warned areas, we'll see if anybody's dealing with that yet. But once this batch moves through and these winds are going to die down, they're going to go back down to 30 mile an hour steady state winds today. But hopefully some of these gusts will be over for us in just a little bit. So Fort Scott, I'm seeing you guys still being busy. Nothing looking for Nevada for the time being. Just south of the Bates Vernon line. Let's stop this and take a look. I see Hume still in a line. Sorry about that. You guys have a little bit left to go. This is just due west of New Home, Foster, south of Warland right now. Looks like U Highway. This is where I'm looking at between U and V Highway being a pretty busy activity. So definitely take shelter. Be prepared if you are in Virginia traveling along V Highway. I think this is off just to your south and to your west. This is just about to clip Amaret, looks like to me as well. Let's go back up and look at Gardner. I am just west of Spring Hill, and this is a populated area. So let's see exactly where we are. So this is 191st Street running west and east, and this is South Clare Road. Here is I-35. So this I really want to look at and see what you guys are seeing there. So yeah, if there is that penny sized hail that's going to come on pretty strong, it would be right along these areas. I'm not seeing the data that I should see if it's there, but like I say, sweeps Sweeps being what they are, I may not see it. So that area looks prime for it, but I'm not sure it's there yet. So this is just south of heaviest activity, anyways, just south of 183rd Street. So roads I'm seeing right now are Moonlight Road along I-35, headed down here to the south. This is just passing west 188th Street along I-35 at about the 207 exit. Looks like I'm north of 191st Street for strong activity there. That is a busy cell. Let's hope that moves on out of here, guys. On the Missouri side, severe warning still is Cass County, not points north yet. So it looks like if we come up here into very, very northwest, Cass County. Let's see. I am out here at Metcalf Meadows. So this is just ever so slightly west of state line. So here's Mission Road. Here's Metcalf Meadows. Here's 69 Highway. Not sure if you can see that along 179th Street. This is one strong cell. This is up and down D Highway right here. Here's 58 over here on this side headed into Belton. So Belton, this is just about due west and south of you at the moment. Moving up and down 49, I bet it's windy, but I don't see too much going on yet. A little bit of stuff over here just to the west of Peculiar, but by and large, hanging out on the Missouri side, not so bad yet as the track continues to be north and east. Drexel, did you just have a decent little cell come through? Looks like I missed that. Sorry about that. But another band, yeah, maybe not. Drexel Corner picking up some activity. This is 69 at 359th Street right here. Looks like the heavier part of that is just to the west of 69 Highway. So coming into Bates County now, look at all this lightning I'm seeing along the front edge of this cell. So look at this. This is encompassing 52 highway out west of Butler right now. This is going to be a strong lightning activity. It looks like to me. So where is this exactly? This is just to the east of Amoret. This is now picking up Virginia. Moving along 52 again to the north and the east. Looks like we're headed up toward F, just starting to pick up heavier activity there as this is making its way quickly in and through Bates County, guys. So hold on to your hats. Here it comes. This is out west, west of New Home, and just now picking up Rucker and Foster down to our south. Let's see where this is headed. Here's Butler. Just west of Butler. So this is down 52 Highway, headed out west. I'm seeing anywhere from 50, 58 mile per hour wind gusts associated with this. And it just continues all the way back down here towards Hume. Hume's been busy for about the last, geez, what, 30 minutes? You guys know better than me. So let me check some messages. I'm good to have some folks out there telling me what they're seeing. That's been a struggle today with things moving this fast. Always a little bit behind when it comes to. So let me check some messages. I'm good to have some folks out there. I'm listening to myself now. Well, I hate doing that. I think it will stay west of Bates County. So we're into the western part of Bates County right now, for sure. I think it is headed to the north and the east. So if I had to guess, and that is all that this is. Let me stop for just a second here. So, yeah, I, I, I don't know that over here in eastern Bates County that we're going to see too much, but this is all taking a trajectory just about like this. So it may well clip Rich Hill. Looks like to me. And so I think Bates County might just be split diagonally, at least by this cell that's moving through right now. Here, what do you guys think? The heaviest part of this right now is CC. This is out, this is west of 49. This is west of Passaic, north and west of Passaic, south of Laceyville. Heavy activity now along CC, headed towards north and east towards FF. So this is just about to you folks along 18 highway. And it looks like, just like I thought, this big warned area. Sorry, I'm looking at all kinds of things here. Has now been kicked out. That warning is going to go until 3:45. That's what's going to pop up here in a second. The old warning expired, but don't make too much of that. New warning is coming until 3:45. No surprise, given what I'm seeing here. If you're just hopping on, I think west of Passaic, I'm out here. Looks like I'm between J and FF for some of the heaviest activity involving definitely CC right now, headed up towards 18. So if you're Adrian and points west along 18, this is just about to cross through your neighborhood. Looks like headed up toward, I think, Crescent Hill, up along just west of 49 in northern Bates County is going to pick up on this as well. I'm looking now at Pleasanton. I'm over on the Kansas side, and so look how this is kind of hugging 69 highway right now. So Pleasanton involved, definite heavy activity down here. Where is this? This is south of no, this is west of Thomas Road, and I'm south and west of Pleasanton, east of 850th Road. And again, headed north in the east, but this is staying just so slightly west of 69 highway down in that part of the world. I'm back over here in Bates County right now, and it looks like I'm seeing a congealed cluster, a congeal, whatever you want to call it. It is all those things. Looks like between New Home, Foster, but you're just about done with this batch here along V Highway. Just about done. Here's U. And here's V again. So up here, just south of Virginia, and I'm seeing a lot of lightning. What are you seeing where you guys are along? Just south of 52. Here's a new radar sweep. So, yep, I'm south of 52. I'm just ever so slightly west of Butler here. Between K and V is a busy place right now. Throwing stuff around. It's all right. So, if you're just joining me, you want to keep an eye on things. This is what I have right now. I'm seeing a congealed cluster of severe thunderstorms, all warned, moving between just south of Nevada, all the way down toward Girard and Pittsburgh. So it looks like we are going to pick up Nevada here in just a few minutes. And there's a few more cells clustered now, more towards central Bates County. These are just west of Butler. These are going to hit Adrian Crescent Hill neighborhood here in the next about 10 minutes. Looks like that activity stays just a little bit south of Harrisonville, but will clip Archie, Garden City, and points northeast. Belton, I think you guys have been hit and miss, right? What do you have up there? Just a lot of wind, maybe some rain on and off. But these are the warnings right now. So for the counties in orange, this is what we have. This warning now goes until 3:45. This is southeastern Miami County, still over there in central Kansas, although things are pushing off northeast finally for you guys. Eastern Lynn County, still a little bit more involved down there. Cass and Bates in west central Missouri for still, again, these 70-mile-per-hour winds. Can't rule out some penny-sized hail. Let me know if you guys get any hail. I would appreciate that. That's getting hard to spot today. So I see up and down I-49. This is just about to find 49 in a line from, it looks like Archie is going to get in on this. Crescent Hill, Adrian, down Passaic, and Butler's going to lag a little bit, but that is the direction. Let's go ahead and put that in motion. We don't need all that. Let's do a little bit less. Here we go. Yeah. So again, primary threat, 50 to 70-mile-per-hour winds. I'm seeing plenty of 50s and 60s. Last I knew, I'm not seeing anything. I want to keep checking for hail, although it's going to come and go so fast, it probably wouldn't do me much good. But if you are seeing any hail, let me know. It's penny sized or pea sized for sure. And so right now, I'm looking at activity up and down 69 on the Kansas side, and this looks like it picks up. Let's start on the Kansas side. This is 69 highway. Where are we here? This is Valley Road running along 69. So this is just south of Lacine Corner, picking up Trading Post. This is out just pretty well due west of Amoret along 52. That's where that cell is. Pleasanton, again, what is this, round 3 or round 4 for you guys? But this activity a little bit heavier to the south, finally picking up 69. That's the Kansas side. Let's pop back over to Missouri. Some fairly heavy activity is now due west of K, just about 52 and K, just a little bit west of there, just south of 52 highway still, headed directly for, there's Butler Lake. So I think that's a pretty good reference point. Stronger activity now staying just slightly west of Adrian, definitely out 18, headed over toward Merwin. So this is right between Merwin and Adrian are the areas I'm looking at now. Again, if you're in these areas, this does not seem fast, but this is fast. And let's see, gosh, once this cluster that's over here around Lacine, Pleasanton, Mound City, that area right now, once that moves through, your winds are going to die back down, and you're done with this particular threat. So we just got to make it a little bit longer, guys. I appreciate your messages and your pictures. This is helping me out a lot. So definitely keep them coming. You can drop them here on this post. That'll help a ton. So I'm seeing some lightning pick up around. Where are we here? This is Archie. Archie at Adrian is at lightning there, headed off towards the northeast. So that's going to pick up Austin here in just a few minutes. This is just passed over Main City and Everett. So lightning right now, right along the county line, it looks like, as this does start to pick up Crescent Hill and Adrian and Passaic on down to Butler finally. Nevada, it looks like you're having comparatively a little bit easier time of it. I think you're going to have some strong rain, some strong winds with some rain pushing through to the northeast, but I don't see anything. I don't see anything worse than that down to your south and west. I think the stronger stuff, just like HRRR model was saying, if you were with me this morning, was going to congeal a little bit up toward the more northern aspect of our area. So that part has verified. So now we just got to wait for it to move on all out of here, guys. Phone go. Anybody see it? It's a mystery. So over here on the Kansas side, you were just starting to be finished with this round. Lacine, I think you are just about done. Winds are going to, you're not going to feel done. The winds are going to go back to like 30 miles an hour. And then it's going to be a cold wind, actually. That's what's going to happen next is some cool, dry air is going to press in behind this. Winds are going to switch around. You'll feel it. It's going to feel kind of remarkable outside because it's been so warm. And it's not going to get cold per se. I don't know about cold. Depends on your definition. But winds are going to drop down to the steady 20 to 30 mile per hour and be cooler here. Just for those of you on the Kansas side to the west of 69 as this pushes through. Looks like we're finally starting to finish up over in Pleasanton. So I think overall, regionally, I think I'm seeing the busiest area to be Archie here in just a minute. I think you guys are going to be the winners. So this is looking along Crescent Hill area, which is exit 144. So if I move up along I-49 right now, this is just due west of 49. And so it looks like this is going to cross over 49 just at Archie, at or a little bit south of Archie, I think, here in just a few minutes. Let's take a look at winds in Archie. I'm just curious. Like there'd be any surprise today. So I'm seeing strongest winds around Austin right now. This is just to the west of Dayton and just outside Archie to the north and east. I bet you guys are picking up at least some 60-mile-an-hour winds as this pops through. Am I right? So areas of impact next for those winds and whatever is coming in these storms. This is the motion that I'm seeing, right? Leaning a little bit more east than we were a few minutes ago. So, what does that pick up for us? Definitely Garden City as it crosses 49 right now. Staying south of Harrisonville, but I think we will pick up areas out here Garden City, Eastland, Gun City. As we head off toward the northeast. So, like I said, Archie picking it up right now. Just a few minutes of rough stuff coming for you guys out towards Main City, though. I think you're already through that part of the worst of it. Okay, so that's the warnings, you guys. I think I'm going to let these play out because I think you can see the direction. I think you can see where everything is going. So, everybody in orange, which is really right now just up and down 49, is going to stay under this severe thunderstorm warning until 3:45. This is about 3:13. So, just about 30 minutes, a little bit more left to go on that. Wouldn't be surprised if this picks up. I think maybe, I don't know about Henry County, but I think over towards Warrensburg, I think you guys are up next, Holden and Warrensburg with this northeast motion. That's for sure. But it looks like this is starting to wrap up and weaken, actually. That's what I was just hesitant to say about this cell around Archie, which it should regenerate and get stronger. That's what the data was telling me this morning as we head off to the northeast. But I think these are starting to fade out a little bit as I look through Bates County now. So Nevada still also, you guys are in this for the next 32 minutes. And overall here on the Kansas side, I think we're going to drop down and we're going to cool off. But we're done with this particular little batch. So if anything changes, I will definitely post about it. And if it changes in a bad way, I will get on here and we'll talk about it. We'll go through it together. I appreciate you joining.